The Knicks are in white. Pistons have beaten the Knicks 6 straight times this year. Maurice Cheeks guarded by Rodman, picked up by Edwards on a switch.
When you look at Knick basketball, it's power with Ewing or the pick and roll game.
Double team on Ewing. Cheeks misses the layup. Rebound Rodman. Here comes Detroit. Knicks get back defensively. Thomas, brilliant in game 2, starts off where he left off.
Isaiah working very hard on his outside game, shoots 2 hours a night from 8 o'clock to 10 in his own gym at the house.
It shows. Cheeks, high post offense. Maurice Cheeks driving for the basket.
I like what I just saw. That's the first time in this series that the Knicks have fed and cut to the baseline.
Dennis Rodman hits the shot. You know, Rodman has that stomach flu. He did not warm up at all before this game.
I don't know. Is that a good sign? He turned around to handle that post up.
He may follow that pattern, Ewing. Edwards is guarding Ewing. They need a big game from Ewing, as Hubie mentioned.
What I like early is that Patrick A. is looking for the cutter, and then on that move, he put the shoulder, and he went right into Edwards looking for the foul, not the fadeaway jump shot.
Laimbeer setting a screen outside. That's where the center plays for Detroit. Edwards, they want to get Ewing in foul trouble. Good defense by Patrick. Knicks looking for the lead.
In your transition game, good decisions. If it's not there, set up.
Vandeweghe with a feed to Oakley and a block inside. I think it was Laimbeer who got a piece of it. Vandeweghe looking to double.
Now, when they go into Edwards, you must watch to see if they're going to single or double team.
Right now, it's been single. Cheeks helps out momentarily. And the rebound by Oakley, who's had 2 great games off the boards, particularly game 2. Tied at 4, a little more than 2 minutes gone by first quarter. Laimbeer with another good defensive effort against Oakley. Detroit ball.
Now this is the key matchup. When you have single coverage, which we have right here, Patrick gets a piece of that shot. In the early going, he's been able to handle him one-on-one. So far, no fouls.
Coming off a curl is Dumars. Bad pass thrown from Oakley to Wilkins. Behind him, and Detroit recovers. Dumars coming off a so-so game for him.
Plenty of time, 10 seconds.
3-point attempt is good by Isaiah Thomas, who hit 5 of 7 in the second game victory.
The reason why this is such a big deal, over the course of the season, they only take 6 per game.
Patrick Ewing fouled. He has not gone to the line all that much in this series, but will make his first trip here. And the foul is against James Edwards.
Patrick Ewing at the line, 2 shots.
You'll see on the replay, here's a big fight. They want to try to get Ewing to post up in the painted area. And that way they feel that Detroit cannot double team him, and he can explode from that spot and get on the foul line.
Everyone talks about Ewing avoiding foul trouble, but James Edwards has been in foul trouble in almost every game he's played against the Knicks this year.
Oh, beautiful.
A block. No goaltending. Isaiah wanted to call, but a block by Ewing. 7-5 the score, Detroit leading. Spirited start to this game as Maurice Cheeks ties it up.
See, in today's game, you cannot forget about Maurice. He's coming out here, and it looks like he is looking for the shot first. More aggressive offensively.
Cheeks guarding Thomas, one of the more difficult assignments Cheeks has. Isaiah misses a 3-point attempt. Knicks looking for the lead. They have not had it yet in this game. Ewing gives the Knicks their first lead.
See, you've got to love it if you're a Knicks fan or a coach. Patrick Ewing only shot 4 foul shots in the first 2 games, and he is going right at Edwards today. You're not going to foul me, James? I'm getting the shot in the paint.
Cheeks out to meet Thomas at the three-point line. Vandeweghe switches off. Lane Beer is left open. Lane Beer hits the three-point basket from outside.
One of the best pick-and-roll teams in this league, Dick. Detroit. Anytime things break down for them, they'll immediately go into the pick-and-roll and force you to play it perfect defensively.
Stu Jackson told us yesterday at practice that he expects Maurice Cheeks to play over 40 minutes today. And that will affect his performance tomorrow when he doesn't think he'll play that much time.
Watch Patrick coming to the right of your screen, right there. Definitely caught that one on the way up. And you can see he is really, really active today.
Joe Dumars commits the foul, but a technical now has been called against the Knicks. Charles Oakley hit with a technical, and Dumars will attempt the shot.
Charles right now is just staring everyone down.
What do you think that's all about?
It had to be an elbow situation. Either that or he's chastising the referee and looking for a call. Now, unfortunately for us, that happened away on the opposite side of the floor where there was, a lot of congestion.
7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Knicks got thumped badly in game one, played better in game two, but Detroit didn't play all that well.
In the early going, every time that Gerald Wilkins gets in a pick-and-roll situation, it looks like they're going to trap him and force him to give up the basketball. Keep him out of the middle of the floor.
Knicks stepped on the line. Another turnover. Second of the game, Dennis Rodman. Ewing showing an aggressiveness that was not there even in game number 2 off the board.
That was a big-time rebound.
Gerald Wilkins with his first shot of the game. Wilkins, with 24 points, led the Knicks in game number 2, came alive after a horrendous shooting game 1 when he was only 1 for 13.
Well, Gerald's up and down, peaks and valleys, but he just came off and made a difficult shot. They trapped him, and he split it with the J.
Ewing is now matched up with Rodman. They double, and now a steal by Cheeks. Vandeweghe is open. And the Knicks lead by 3.
In the transition, Dick, they are not forcing anything. If they can hit the shot, it's great. If not, back it out and run your offense. They're executing perfectly today.
Low to Rodman. Great pass from Isaiah Thomas, and Dennis Rodman with his second basket.
Hey, if I'm Stu Jackson, I'm a little nervous. Rodman is getting open too much right now. He might become an offensive force in this game.
And the Knicks turn it over once again.
On this shot, watch the extension of Ewing. Look at this. He is really up there, both hands, beautiful.
What is that?
Looks like a bunch of old timber. Take a break, guys. I'll make a phone call.
Don't touch anything. I'll be right there. We've got a major find here.
The two worlds of archaeology and architecture seem to have collided today. The place is literally crawling with activity. And from what I understand, time is limited.
I think this might help you.
Oh, yes, it does.
No, this is space. It's space.
Figurehead.
As the Tour de Light rolls across America, someone else has joined the race to win America's favorite light beer, Miller Lite. They have struggled up the Rockies, where they pulled out all the stops. Yes, these guys would not pump pedals cross-country for just any beer. Only the less filling beer that really tastes great, Miller Lite.
Yo, where's Woody at? I took a shortcut.
St. Louis. All right. Halfway there.
Food. We got hot food, huge food, happy food, and dude food. We got lunch food, munching and munch food, not in the greatest mood food. We got the right food, light food, morning food, and night food, make-a-wish food, not this food. All right food, we got food, get it to go food, hey, get your own food. You know the one. It's McDonald's, for food, folks, and fun.
Corky's getting married.
You all are happy for me.
You bet.
Oh, do I look sincere?
But will she be happy with her new name?
Corky Sherwood Ford.
Murphy Brown. on Monday.
Maurice Cheeks has been down this road before. He's the man who ignites the Knicks, and yesterday Hubie asked him what he's looking to do in today's game.
The main concern against Detroit is scoring, obviously, because as you said, their defense is so stifling. You try to get Pat, who usually can score against anyone. You try to see how effective he is in scoring on the low post. Then you try to move the ball around and try to get the other guys off early, because early on, I think sometimes if you're effective early on, it can carry over throughout the game. If you kind of get stagnant early on in the early part of the game, then some guys will say, well, here goes Detroit again. Their defense is stopping us, and that's early on. So I think it's important to be able to get the offensive flow going early on to just kind of keep the confidence going.
Well, Sue Jackson said when Maurice Cheeks took over leading this club, the turnovers went down and the intelligence went up, and that's a good assessment.
Well, you can see in the early going right now, his decision-making is excellent. He's not forcing anything in transition, and he's making sure he is spreading the ball around.
Joe Dumars misses from outside. Oakley the rebound. 4 rebounds for Oakley. Gerald Wilkins gets Dumars in the air. Throws up a bad shot. Rodman with the rebound. Dumars filling the lane.
Knicks transition defense, excellent.
Laimbeer hits his second three-point basket of the game. That's 3 three-pointers so far for Detroit.
Transition defense, you've got to get back and match up with the 3 guys who can hit the layup. Now you're hoping that your 2 trailers will get that perimeter tonight.
Cheeks lost the ball inside trying to drive. Laimbeer recovered, and on a 2-on-1 break, Wilkins blocks Isaiah Thomas. He decided to go all the way and not pass the ball to Dumars. And Vanderbilt comes back with a 3. What a turn of events quickly here.
Big time. Anytime you stop a layup on a break psychologically with a block, it's fantastic. And then to top it off with the 3. Vanderway's in a good groove early.
Thomas draws the foul and gets the basket as Maurice Cheeks hits it.
Now watch, coming into the screen here now on the release, there's Gerald Wilkins. Clean block.
Isaiah Thomas at the line.
And Dominique in the stands watching his brother perform. Isaiah Thomas already has 7 points and 4 assists, but can't convert the 3-point play. So far, the Knicks are getting something from the small forward position, which has been lacking. Cheeks misses the shot. Hopefully saves it nicely. Pistons by 1. On the switch, Laimbeer confuses Wilkins. Vandeweghe. And Kiki Vandeweghe has scored 7.
See, Chuck Daly's concerned. If you're going to sacrifice and trap, when guys go to the basket, your defense rotates and you get mismatches. Edwards on Vandeweghe, no contest off the dribble.
Dumars trying to get on track, still struggling. Rebound by Ewing.
Knicks holding Detroit to 1 shot and clearing the ball out.
Wilkins. Foul going to the hoop. And Chuck Daly is going to go to his bench and bring in the microwave, who he hopes will be on today. Vinnie Johnson comes in.
Now watch this offensive move by Ewing. A pick. Isaiah grabbed onto Ewing and pulled him down. That's why we had no call on that play. Now, Cheeks opened up for the uncontested shot. Missed that one. You must like the Knicks today. They're doing a great job on the defensive board, and then they are penetrating hard.
Foul was on Laimbeer, his first, and the 3rd team foul against Detroit. But with all of the Knicks looking good in sync and motion, they're really right now leading by Wilkins makes this 3 points, so Detroit's staying in there.
Now comes the pressing. The Knicks are showing you a 2-2-1, but really it is nothing but camouflage there. Now backing up into a man-to-man.
Ewing picks up Thomas on the switch. Loose ball. Wilkins.
Like a move out of the slam dunk contest.
And that would win it, don't you think?
What a great move.
Crowd is going wild here at the Garden. James Edwards is fouled. Let's see if Ewing gets called for it, but let's see this flying act again.
Now here's the hustle of Gerald. Knocks it away. Now as he explodes down the floor, there's a 2-on-1. But watch how he just elevates by the defensive player.
James Edwards gets his first point of the game after scoring 32, a career playoff high the other night in Detroit. Foul was against Vandeweghe, his first. Thomas steals it away from Ewing. Vinnie Johnson. Edwards, basket counts, and a big foul.
You cannot have the best, one or two best road records every year if you cave in the pressure on the road. You know, Detroit is outstanding at moving the basketball, overcoming runs, and getting the ball to the right people.
Laimbeer got the rebound, gets the shot, and the Pistons have tied it at 22. So the Knicks are playing as well as we've seen in this playoff, and the score is tied.
I like that statement. You're absolutely right. Chuck's sitting on the other bench. Yeah, you're concerned, but it's your pace. This is a nice pace. You like to play games under 100.
Under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Ewing calling for the ball. Push against Edwards, and that'll be his second foul. 4th team foul against Detroit. Daly doesn't like it.
Well, you never like to see a post player in defense use his hands in the small of the back of the offensive player. Use your forearm, and it very seldom ever gets called.
They're in the penalty now.
To protect their car's rubber, vinyl, and plastic from the elements, most people use Armor All Protectant. That way, they know they're covered. Others just like to know they're covered. Of course, there are alternatives, but only Armor All works like Armor All.
Give me the ball! Give me the ball! Give me the ball!
You got a thirst.
Give me the ball! Give me the ball! Give me the ball!
You know what you need.
Give me the ball!
Fluids and minerals fast.
Give me the ball!
Energy for hard-working muscles.
Ray!
Nothing better. Give me some of that Gatorade.
So, this is an Eagle Talon.
Come on, you've raced against Talon all year. Surely you've seen one before.
Not from the front.
Did you know Eagle Talon is one of Automobile Magazine's top 10?
Talon has won several prestigious automotive awards, so what's one more?
Car and Driver's 10 Best.
Monday, an unauthorized biography of John Gotti, the man the government calls the most powerful criminal in the United States, on Face to Face with Connie Chung Monday.
Score tied in the first quarter at 22, and we want to remind you that coming up next on CBS, it'll be Game 3 between the Lakers and the Suns in Phoenix, with that series all even 1-1. Some of you will see the Trailblazers and the Spurs in Game 4, and Portland leads in that one 2-1. Right now, let's go over to Tim Brandt. Tim?
All right, Dick, during this timeout, Chuck Daly was telling his team that the Knicks have turned it up a level for this Game 3. He says that they're playing better defense. They're playing more aggressively. They're really into it, and we've got to take it up to that level. Then I ran down to the Knicks side, and Stu Jackson's telling his players they've got to play smarter. They're still not blocking out and getting rebounds like they should. He wants them to play more aggressively yet, and he wants them to play smarter. Dick?
All right, Tim. John Sally is checked into the game for the Pistons. Ewing working against Bill Laimbeer. Loose ball, and the Knicks come up with it. There were 4 blue shirts underneath, but they couldn't control it. Ewing against Laimbeer. Patrick now with 7.
A Patrick's game. By going into the middle, you're making the guy who's playing you, now it's Laimbeer, conscious of the fact that you're going strong. Now when you get it, you fake in, you turn, you have an easier baseline spin move.
And he's aware that he's going to see a lot of different bodies on him this afternoon. down to 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Vinnie Johnson, the baseline, miss, the rebound. Ewing, Knicks leading by 2. Thomas picks that off, but can't save it enough, and it's still Knicks possession.
Excellent defensive move by Isaiah. Read the passing lane beautifully. That was a tough decision for Mo Cheeks. He had 2 guys that he could have hit, but Isaiah was right in the middle. Played it great.
Under 2 minutes now remaining in the first quarter. Oakley. Ewing gets the offensive rebound and a loose ball foul against Lambier. Ewing is still down. Lambier picks up his second, and Daly may be hit with a technical if he keeps going.
Chuck Daly is wild. Lambier says that he was pushed from the rear and went under Ewing. Ewing, who was extended that time, naturally came down over the top of Lambier. Lambier is livid that he was pushed into that, and that's why Chuck Daly is so upset. And let's face it, you're a Knicks representative here right now, and you are concerned the franchise is on the floor.
Ewing appears to be all right. Let's see it.
Now look now. Now watch Ewing here. There he is, where you can see when he put his hand, when Lambier put his hand into the back of Ewing, you'll see like he looks like he slips. Right about now, you see Ewing pushed off.
Yeah.
Lambier had his hand, Ewing pushed off, and he fell right underneath.
Yeah, Lambier's right on that one.
Yes. Ewing pushed off.
Yeah.
Lambier had his hand, Ewing pushed off, and he fell right underneath.
Yeah, Lambier's right on that one.
Yes, he was.
Vandeweghe will shoot. Technical fouls on Chuck Daly. Vandeweghe hits it. So normally he's a villain in almost every enemy arena he goes into, but Bill Lambier has a point here.
Well, you know, you're playing with big people in confined quarters, and we all know that in pro basketball you usually catch the second hit, not the first hit.
Right. This one on Brendan Sir, one of Chuck Daly's assistants. And Kiki will shoot it. There's Sir on the left. The other Brendan, Malone, is on the right. And the Knicks have matched their biggest lead of this first half.
You know, not only has the Knicks level stepped up, but the fan level of enthusiasm.
They sure have, and they were a late arriving crowd today. Ewing now with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Vandeweghe also has 9. So the Knicks getting some production from the small forward spot.
Now you're Detroit. Go to what your best sets are.
Thomas. Sally. Thomas in the lane. Fine pass. No look variety from John Sally. The Knicks had their biggest lead of 6. Now it's down to 4 with less than a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. A very spirited and feverish first quarter of this game number 3.
I like this move right here. That forces the double team. But Gerald's got to become a better passer.
And Cheeks goaltending is called, and they'll give Maurice Cheeks credit for that basket.
See, if they're going to double team Gerald Wilkins every time on the pick and roll, or down on the baseline, then he makes the free pass. Excellent.
Double team on Vinnie Johnson. We get close to a minute remaining in the first stanza. Thomas, 2, and Isaiah Thomas now with 11 points is the game high scorer. It's 30-26 Knicks.
I'll tell you right now, Detroit's lucky that Isaiah's off to a red-hot start.
Ewing.
You know, Dick, if you were playing Ewing today...
Thank you for that assignment, Coach.
He's got the spin move, he's in the lane, and then he's also showing you face up. I think you'd be a little concerned.
Thomas lost control going in, but a blocking foul has been called against Patrick. I thought Thomas lost control of the ball, but no matter. Ewing is called for the personal. That's his first.
And it's his first in the last 2 minutes.
Isaiah makes a great move here. Now watch Ewing. now, the interpretation there is that Ewing was not there before Isaiah left the floor.
You know, the one thing I see here is Ewing can't believe that call, Hubie, is that Detroit has really elevated their defense since that call against Bill Laimbeer, and I think it's going to be evident early in the second quarter.
I agree wholeheartedly. The only thing that is lacking from Detroit's game today, and the only reason why there is a deficit, is the poor foul shooting.
David Greenwood has come in the game, and Chuck Daly knew he was going to use Greenwood as a low-post defender, especially with Laimbeer not 100%.
David Greenwood, 11 years in this league.
Gerald Wilkins. Vandeweghe crashes the boards, and a loose ball foul is called against. Is it Vandeweghe? Apparently it is.
Loose ball foul charged to Kiki Vandeweghe of the Knicks. That's his
scene is Madison Square Garden in New York. A wild first quarter here between the Pistons, who lead the Knicks 2-0. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown. Second foul called on Vandeweghe, and John Sally will be on the line.
2 shots.
Pistons are really struggling from the free throw line. They have now missed 6 of their 8 tries.
See, in this series, John Sally is playing great basketball. An extension off the Indiana series. Now, he's been on the foul line. This is his 17th attempt in 3 games. The problem is he, he's shooting in the 60s.
Right. Team is 2 for 9 from the line, and the Knicks playing for the last shot. They're up by 5. Is open at the buzzer, and a big first quarter for the New York Knicks, and Patrick Ewing came alive as the Knicks hoped he would, with 11 points and 6 rebounds as the Knicks go off with their biggest lead of the game. And that's the end of the first period with the score. The Knicks 34, the Pistons 27.
The Tour de Light is rolling across America.
Where's Woody?
And they might be coming to your town with lots of instant prizes. If a Miller Lite biker spots you holding a Miller Lite, you could win up to $10,000 and a Raleigh bicycle. So pick up the less filling beer that really tastes great, and you might pick up $10,000 as the Tour de Light races across America.
This guy tells me he had a GM car 5 years ago, and he knows all about GM, right? Well, I tell him wrong.
GM cars have a whole new standard of dependability and trouble-free performance.
We have better engines, transmissions, and electrical systems. We are putting quality on the road today.
You said we're a dying breed.
No, I agree. In fact, he's got a few minutes left. Oh, man, I'm full. I started calling my hair back when I was about 10 because I knew I'd be bald. You like rubbish? No, thank you. It's a little rough for me.
Levi's 100% cotton Dockers. If they're not Dockers, they're just pants.
I used to babysit. I used to get a quarter an hour.
Just last week?
Is that the only song you know?
Yeah.
I've known many great athletes, played with them and against them, but none of them love sports as much as Gary Vargas, and he's a Special Olympian. There are thousands of special people like Gary who can learn a zone defense and how to bury a jump shot. Get the special friends in your community to join Special Olympics. People with mental retardation can play sports, win medals, and make their families proud.
So call Special Olympics 202-628-3630.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1990 NBA playoffs is sponsored by Alamo. There are over 4 million miles of road in America, and with Alamo, all the miles are free. BF Goodrich TA Tires, the athletic shoes for your car. And by today's Chevrolet, who invite you to see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Back at Madison Square Garden as we start the second period, the New York Knicks lead the Detroit Pistons 34-27 as we continue our coverage of the 1990 NBA playoffs, Game 3 of the best-of-7 Eastern semifinal. Game 4 will be tomorrow. This was the big play of this first period. Bill Laimbeer claimed he was pushed, and rightfully so. Ewing went down. Laimbeer picked up the foul, and as a result, there were 2 technical fouls against the Pistons. Chuck Daly and his assistant Brendan Soar. Here's Tim Brandt. Tim?
Dick, one of the reasons for the technical is Chuck Daly was just telling his team to be more aggressive. They got to pound the boards. They've got to be more physical than the Knicks, and that's what Laimbeer was trying to do. The second one obviously was on Brendan Soar. Garrison, the official, was telling him, I don't have to take that from you. So he gave him another technical right away, trying to gain control immediately, Dick.
New forwards into the game for the Pistons, Mark Aguirre, and for the Knicks, Johnny Newman, and here's pressure.
All right, now you have the all-out 2-2-1. Now they're coming back into a matchup, man-to-man.
Vinnie Johnson and Isaiah Thomas at guard. Aguirre, Greenwood, and Sally up front. Vinnie Johnson left open. You can't do that often.
Right now, with Aguirre in the game, you know that they're going to post him up because in games 1 and 2, they go to him immediately.
Newman replaces Vandeweghe, who went out with 9 impressive first-quarter points. Ewing gets bumped by Greenwood and will go to the line. Wilkins, Cheeks, Newman, Ewing, and Oakley are the 5 in there for the Knicks.
Well, Mo Cheeks and Gerald Wilkins are off to a great start right now. You know, they're 6 for 10 from the field, but look at that. Cheeks already has 5 assists, and we're in the first quarter of play.
Interesting that the Knicks have, right now, 35 points. In game number 1 of the series, they scored only 38 in the entire first half.
Well, I like what the guards did in that first quarter. You can see they're being led by them inspirationally and good decision-making, but here's the guy right here. He's the one. Patrick Ewing was dictating the ferociousness of how are you going to play us down in that painted area.
And it's interesting, as Ewing makes both free throws, that Kenny Walker apparently will be coming in for Ewing. That's why he couldn't enter the game. He's going to be coming in for the Knicks center.
Well, one thing we know about Stu Jackson, he loves to press at home, not so much on the road.
Sally goes in. The basket is good, and Sally is fouled. And now Kenny Walker will come in and give Patrick Ewing his first rest. He goes out with 13 points. Fouls on Newman.
Number 7, Kenny Walker, and number
Trent Tucker checks in for Gerald Wilkins. He's been ice cold so far. Look how Edwards and Sally have improved their scoring in postseason.
One shot.
Well, John Sally is blessed with incredible jumping ability, great athletic talent. And if he just developed a little power move down inside, maybe a jump hook or a drop step to go with his great agility.
Without Laimbeer and Edwards in there, the Knicks can afford to have Oakley and Kenny Walker as their big people.
Well, it's almost like a small man, the way the league might have been 15 years ago when you're talking about 6'9" guys.
Trent Tucker going up against Sally, gets the basket. Tucker did not even take a shot in the Game 2 victory.
Well, Trent has developed that shot, and it looks like it's a throw, but he takes it every game at least 2 times, and he really has developed a soft catch on the glass.
Aguirre in the corner hits a 2-point basket. What is that pressure supposed to do for the Knicks?
Well, what they're trying to do is to get you to kick up the quick corner jump shot, and then also to waste time on the clock so you cannot get into your disciplined half-court set.
Johnny Newman. Sally had it, lost it. And Newman draws the foul. Thomas doing a little war dance out there.
His first and the team's second.
Rebounding the key. Stu Jackson said it 100 times to us yesterday, and so far they've doubled the output of Detroit as Joe Dumars gets set to return.
Well, offensive rebound becomes available to you if your people attack the glass, because now more people are in position to get the offensive board, and the Knicks are doing a great job off the dribble today.
Mark Jackson replaces Maurice Cheeks. Cheeks goes out having scored 8. And an opportunity for Mark Jackson to get back in the good graces of a lot of people who no longer appreciate him as much as they once did.
Well, you know, Mark came in the game in Game 2 and did an excellent job the other night, beating his man off the dribble, setting people up, and really doing a professional job in the backcourt. Hey, let's face it, this guy averaged almost 17 points a game last year in his second year in this league.
Vinnie Johnson misses the drive. Jackson gets by Aguirre. Knicks by 6.
Nice.
Newman.
finish doing? Making a pass in pressure areas.
In the world of sporty imports, there was Toyota, then Honda. But today, there's something new, Geo Storm. It's going to hit with an aggressive stance, an eager multi-port fuel-injected engine, and four-wheel independent suspension. Get to know the new Geo Storm. It's rolling in now, and it's just around the corner at your Chevrolet Geo dealers.
With rugged garden grip tools, yard work isn't a life sentence, because they've got cushion grips that are really easy on your hands. Garden Grip, the great escape from yard work, only from True Temper.
And they ain't just whistling Dixie.
You've just discovered your car has a clear coat finish, which your ordinary wax just ruined. Simonized non-abrasive wax won't scratch today's clear coat finishes, and that'll save you a lot of grief.
People keep asking me how it felt to be in the first Jamaican bobsled team. Well, let me tell you, man, it was cold, freezing. See, coming from Jamaica, the only thing I like cold is Miller Lite. Like, not some watered-down version of your regular beer. It's a less filling beer that really tastes great. And let me tell you, man, Jamaican bobsledders will be ready in '92. Keep trading on, going for the gold next time.
You gotta believe when it's Miller Lite, less filling tastes great.
Well, the Knicks small forwards, Vandeweghe the starter and Newman the backup, struggled incredibly with only 7 rebounds and 26% shooting in the first 2 games. But they've come up bigger so far in game number 3. Vandeweghe scoring 9 points, made all of his 3 shots. There's their productivity thus far.
See, you look at that, Dick. There's Kiki right there, and now we have Johnny Newman on the line. Our main thing here is that you are not saying, look, you guys are surefire all-star players, so we're going to put 25 in the book. But between these 2 guys, over 82 games, they average 23 points. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for some points, and then you must help us on the board.
Newman makes 1. Dennis Rodman replaces David Greenwood, so right now it's Joe Dumars and Vinnie Johnson in the backcourt. Up front it's Rodman, Sally, and Mark Aguirre. Here's Mark Jackson coming out of the pack with the Knicks up by 7. Vinnie Johnson anticipated that pass beautifully, and now into the hands of Rodman. Knicks led by 7 after 1 quarter. That's what they've got going now.
See, I like this matchup. Kenny Walker on Aguirre. Physical force and a good jumper to challenge Aguirre.
Sally goes in, got around Jackson. Pistons yelling for a goaltending call. They won't get it.
Kenny Walker. That's his first and the team's second.
Johnny Newman, you see him here pushing right in the chest there of Rodman, trying to keep him away. Because when Oakley and Ewing are in together, that's Oakley's job. Keep Rodman off the offensive boards.
Kenny Walker with his first foul. The Knicks have committed 2 team fouls. John Sally comes alive in postseason. They call him Mr. May, and he says, what about June? Well, he's got to earn that one.
Well, let's face it, this is his 6th foul shot attempt in today's game.
Buries them both. Pistons down by 5.
The guy that's got to come to life for Detroit is Joe Dumars. You notice his name has been absent in the coverage of the game up until now.
Rodman fighting around a screen, and it's last touched by Newman. Defensive Player of the Year giving Newman a lot of fits out there.
Well, you know he's going to work so hard to take you away from getting to your favorite spots. So you must take advantage of the picks when the picks are set for you.
Patrick Ewing getting set to return. Double on Aguirre. Kenny Walker winds up with it. By the way, that's the only man the Knicks said that they would double would be Mark Aguirre today. Tucker fires it in a line drive. Forced that one. Helter-skelter play right now, and the Pistons have it.
That was a great pass by Johnny Newman had just caught Kenny Walker, surprised him.
Sally missed, but they're going to call Tucker with the foul. And Patrick Ewing, who got a good rest, he leads the Knicks with 13 as return.
Now watch the hustle here, going out for this loose ball. Now end the pass, because you see he caught Walker, who was in the left side of the screen that time. Nice try.
David Greenwood replaces Dennis Rodman. So it appears as if Rodman is not feeling all that well. He did not get in for that long, the last substitution.
Well, and they're trying to get good post defense out of Greenwood.
Benny Johnson misses, and a loose ball foul will be against the Knicks.
Loose ball foul charged to David Greenwood.
Now they change it, then David Greenwood gets called for it. And that's the 4th team foul against the Pistons. One more, and the Knicks will be in the penalty.
See, right now, I would go down inside. I would really work Ewing and see what Greenwood, as Sally will do for him. More important, will they get the call?
Jackson got through. Good curl down the middle.
Well, down in the lane, Mark Johnson has a great game. He has the baby hooks, the beautiful penetration.
Joe Dumars. Dumars with his first field goal of the game, looking to get that shooting eye back. Most of the last month of the season, with a broken hand. Jackson from Ewing, well executed.
Well, that's what we said at the top of the show. If you play him man-to-man, then all the cutters are covered. If you double team him, he must find the free people. He has done an excellent job today.
Now Oakley in the Boston series effectively.
The Knicks need as many easy baskets as possible when you play half-court basketball.
There was the double on Aguirre, and Joe Dumars, who missed his first 4 shots, has now hit 2 in a row, and the Pistons lurk in this game, trailing by only 5.
So you have to milk this situation right here. Milk it dry.
Ewing, and I tell you, Greenwood did a terrific job holding his position. Under 7 minutes remaining, James Edwards scored 3 points in this game. And a lot of time on the bench along with Lane Beer. Benny Johnson on the drive, and the Knicks lead now is cut to 3.
Well, Detroit, just like they say, you stay and keep to your knitting. Do what you do best.
I like that. Trent Tucker, extra pass by Newman to Kenny Walker.
That's his shot. He's down on that baseline. The angle, he's almost behind the board. That is a very difficult shot. Halfway between the lane and the sideline. I see you don't want to pick up the foul here. Aguirre and Kenny Walker.
9 on the shot clock for Detroit. Dumars thinks he's hot. Finally misses after hitting 2, and Ewing gets the rebound. Knicks are up by 5. They led by 7 after 1 quarter. Under 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Again, Greenwood on Ewing. Goes baseline and is fouled.
See, the reason why you take advantage of the situation is anytime you put it down, you can shoot over the top of David Greenwood, and now you're shooting the penalty.
Schick, the official razor of the NBA, presents Close Shave. With 2.5 minutes left in Game 2, Ron Anderson gives Philadelphia an 8-point lead. But Mark Jackson starts a furious New York comeback. Tight defense gets the Knicks back in the game. And Trent Tucker's three-pointer caps an 11-point run. New York celebrates a 1-point close shave victory.
I'm Mike, Paxton brother nobody knows.
Who is that guy?
I'm Mike. We all shave with the same razor, Slim Twin disposable.
Slim Twin.
Slim Twin.
He's got a narrow head. Like Mike.
I'm Mike.
Yeah, so you can shave hard to reach places.
Men prefer the Schick Slim Twin over Good News. The Slim Twin disposable reaches every place on every face.
Guys?
No autograph. Heard.
From Schick.
BF Goodrich TA tires perform like great athletic shoes. They grab. They dig. They give you control. BF Goodrich TA tires. BF B.F. Goodrich TA Tires, the athletic shoes for your car.
B.F. Goodrich TA Tires.
Newhart's got only 2 shows left, and look who's talking.
Dick! Baby Steph called me Dick. I wonder what she wants.
Newhart, the last laps, Monday.
Now, here we have Mark Aguirre and Kenny Walker. See, in this league, they call it a non-contact. So it's easy to set a pick. Watch Aguirre trying to set a pick. Now, keep an eye on Kenny. Well, a little hug, a little kiss on the cheek that time. Aguirre says, okay, you're not going to let me set the pick, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear away from you, and now I'm going to post up. Kenny Walker says, no, I'm sorry, you are not taking me down to that box area. All done in 6 seconds. Now, Kenny Walker supposedly has a bruised sternum.
Is this what is known as action away from the ball? Bill Laimbeer will check back in along with Isaiah Thomas for the Detroit Pistons. Thomas is their leading scorer with 12. Laimbeer nursing an injured knee. And here's Ewing, who has scored 13 points and has 7 rebounds, dominating inside scoring for the Knicks. Tim Brand.
Dick, what the Knicks want to do is they want to get Walker some help with Aguirre, so they're going to double down with Jackson. They even want to throw Ewing down there once or twice just to surprise him, but they're going to try to help out on Aguirre, what you all were just talking about.
Takes the free throws. Ewing's gone to the line 7 times so far.
Yeah, and that's why we say it's such a big issue, because he only shot 4 foul shots, taking 19 shots a game in the first 2 games. What do we call it? Setting the tone?
Laimbeer. Interesting that James Edwards hasn't returned to the game. He scored 3 points in the first half and has been silent and absent. Lead is 5 for New York with 5:15 remaining.
See, Mark Jackson is posted up. He's an excellent low-post player versus a point guard.
6 on the shot clock. Tucker has to settle for the outside shot, but the Pistons cut off anything inside.
Yeah, but see, Trent Tucker, he's been in the league long enough. He knew that Jackson wasn't going to score, and he was going to dribble around, take the clock down, and hit a jumper.
Gotcha. Knicks again with a 7-point lead. That's been their biggest. Jackson playing Thomas tight at the 3-point line. 6 on the shot clock. Fall away by Isaiah. Rebound Ewing. Knicks can open up their biggest lead of the half.
Mark Jackson doing a very, very solid job today at both ends. See, here's the post-up.
His confidence has to be getting higher each minute. Kenny Walker. Sally the rebound. And it's still Pistons ball.
See, not only are the Knicks doing a good job in finding their own people, but when they do lose the basketball, they are getting a piece of it before they leave their offensive end of the floor. And and what does that do? Detroit cannot get out on the fast break.
Pistons already committing 5 team fouls. The Knicks still with a foul to give. Walker against Aguirre. There's the double with Ewing. And a pushing foul against New York, and it'll be against Tucker, his second. So now the Knicks with 14 fouls. The next one, they're in the penalty.
See, Detroit keeps looking for Aguirre. That's why we said when Kenny Walker came in the game, they matched him up with Aguirre. We like this matchup because Aguirre is a major force offensively.
Joe Dumars, short. Gets the deflection, tries again, and hits this time. And especially with Edwards, their big front court point maker out of there, they're going to need points from Aguirre.
But you still want to establish your low post game so that the Knicks double team, you get your open shots in rotating the ball.
Lead is 5 for New York. Ewing. And a blocking foul.
Good call.
Sally.
Excellent call that time. Sally knew that he did not get there and beat him in the lane to take that charge.
You mentioned how Ewing averaged only 1 offensive rebound, less than 1 assist, and only went to the line a total of 4 times in the first 2 games. But today, a different story. Check out these numbers. Kenny Walker and Mark Jackson go out, and cheers for Jackson especially.
Major contribution by both players. Kenny Walker doing all the dirty work, the subtleties, sacrificing your body against a great scorer like Aguirre.
And it gave Maurice Cheeks a chance to get a breather, something he hasn't been able to do in the playoffs.
And major because you're playing back-to-back games today and tomorrow.
Oakley also back in. Dumars over Ewing. Ewing made him alter his shot. The rebound by Cheeks. Knicks by 7, trying to get over that hurdle. Tucker all the way. Air ball. Detroit coming back with a 4-on-2 fast break. Dumars to Sally, and Sally gets pushed.
You know, we've done a lot of Detroit games this year. Here comes Kiki back in the game. But, you know, have you ever seen Sally this active with the basketball? Seriously, over the course of the season.
No, I haven't. In fact, I remember last year in the playoffs, he started getting more offensive-minded, but not so much on the break with the ball.
Right, and he's attacking the basket, and you look at it right now. He's now up over 20 foul shot attempts, and we've only played 2.5 games in the series.
Dennis Rodman will come in for Aguirre, who goes out. Mark has scored 2. But isn't this what the Detroit Pistons are all about? Looking for a guy from the bench to pick up people who aren't doing it, who start?
Well, you like their theme. Their theme is that we are a team first. You submerge your personality and your talents into what your job is here. Everybody has a job. Do your job. Have discipline within yourself, and most of all, no pouting. Who said that? Bill Lambier, not Chuck Daly.
Newman, by the way, committed that last New York foul. Both teams in the penalty. Ewing working against Sally. Good defense, and it's going to be John Sally with another foul, and that will be number 2. And a timeout called by the Pistons. A lot of squawking from the players in blue today. There's the story with 2:49 remaining in the first half.
I think Charles is trying to send a message here to someone. Do we know who?
Rusty's back in town. The Miller Genuine Draft Rusty Wallace stock car. You'd better hold on.
It happens every business day. Americans get up, go to work, and do what they do best. And today, more business travelers will take to the road in a car rented from Alamo than ever before. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And nationwide, only Alamo gives you all those miles for free, even if the territory you cover is everything east or west of the Rockies.
Scratch the door of a full-size Chevy half-ton pickup? Scratch a full-sized Ford half-ton. Which gives you better rust protection? This environmental chamber packs the results of 2 years of weather into just 25 days. Both trucks have two-side galvanized steel, but Chevy has more. So all you have to do is scratch the surface to see. Nobody's winning like
the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
Pat O'Brien. I am Pat O'Brien in our New York studios. We'll get you back to Madison Square Garden in just a moment. Coming up on the Prudential at the half, we'll check in at today's doubleheader sites where the Western Conference semifinals will continue later with the Lakers and the Suns in one matchup and the Spurs and the Trailblazers in the other pairing. And we've just gotten word that the latest edition of the NBA Gazette is now on press, and we'll have that for you and so much more at a familiar place, the Prudential at the half. And let's go back to those miracle workers on 34th Street, Dick and Hubie, fellas.
Thank you. And even though it's 33rd, a lot of people say 34th Street just to say. You know, do you remember a game that has been this much fun in the first half with the action going back and forth?
Well, everyone expected it to be, you know, high intensity. Detroit, even though people are looking at this maybe and saying, you know, they're not doing real well, they're not playing, you're only 6 down, you know, I mean 5 down and you're on a road game and you're getting foul shots, you're not, you know, you're just not knocking them down. But this guy right here, Patrick Ewing, he set a tone for everyone in a white uniform.
Well, that's what he did in the Boston series, although everyone in the New York camp admits that Detroit's a lot tougher than the Boston obstacle. But Ewing now has taken 12 free throws already in the first half and has made 11 of them. The lead is 7. Good play by John Sally, who has scored 9 points all in this quarter.
That was a great move. I mean, the contact was there with Ewing and an excellent bank shot.
I thought so.
Beautiful.
9 on the shot clock. Vandeweghe with a 3, and Kiki Vandeweghe now with 2 3-point baskets has 12 for the game.
And you know, it's interesting. We have hardly seen him dribble the basketball today. The guy playing him must force him to put it down on the floor.
Dumars is guarded by Vandeweghe now. Lambier has been guarded inside. Now double team with 6 on the shot clock. An illegal defense called against the Knicks. That's the first one.
See, whenever you come to double team, you must double team the player. You cannot stop 3/4 of the way, turn around, and run back. Gerald Wilkins, zone violation.
Vandeweghe has not missed from the field so far, and the Knicks have their biggest lead, 8 points.
Oh, another clear out. Look at this. Confidence in Sally.
Ewing. And Oakley winds up with the ball. Ewing, by the way, has picked up only 1 personal foul in this first half after getting into early foul trouble in Detroit Thursday night. Wilkins from Oakley.
With your red flare pen, Oakley. You have to love it. This guy is really making some great passes.
Thomas, stutter dribble. Rebound, Oakley. The Knicks have a 3-on-3. Detroit now gets back. Wilkins. Air ball. Now Dumars quickly back. And the Pistons are out of sync offensively anyway.
How often, Sally just took one right on a number. How often do we see this many air balls? Look at this pass. Beautiful cut by Gerald Wilkins. But more important, your power forward is the guy who's delivering these passes.
You know what? He hasn't scored a point yet today.
Well, then you know what? I think they should take him out. All right?
Under a minute to go. And Sally stuffed Patrick Ewing decisively. Thomas goes down the middle, and it's an 8-point game again.
Well, Isaiah made up his mind. He was taking that one to the lane. Probably one of the most fearless players that we have in the league, especially at his size. He's always challenging you in the painted area. See, Ewing wants the ball. They got to go into him. Nice
move around Sally, and Patrick Ewing now with 21 points.
See, the big fella is showing you so much today. Not just that fadeaway jumper. He's got his total game going, and the people who are playing him have no idea what he's going to do.
Standing ovation. Lambier with a 3 with 4.3 seconds remaining. Pistons get it back. But when was the last time you saw any team score 62 points in one half against the best defensive team in basketball? Patrick Ewing, with a brilliant first half, continues his play in the second quarter with 12 points and 2 rebounds. That's the end of the first half. The Knicks lead 62-55. Pat O'Brien back with the Prudential at the half after this message.
There's a newfangled daddy coming down the street, a modern mom moving to the beat. The future's here, it's taking shape. It's a high-tech world you gotta escape. You need a place, an oasis. You need the taste, back to basics. You know the one, McDonald's. Oh yeah, food, folks, and fun. That'll always be the case. When you're feeling out of place, it'll always put a smile on your face. Food, folks, and fun. Beef, pipe, pork, bun. Food, folks, and fun. McDonald's. You know the one.
According to a national survey, employers are looking for people who can handle heavy responsibilities. People with the ability to overcome obstacles, perform under pressure, and work well with others. Men and women with the pride and self-discipline it takes to reach new heights, which is why some of the most successful people in the white-collar world start off green.
It's the USA Today CBS All-Star Sweepstakes. Your vote can help decide the starting teams in the All-Star game. It's your chance to vote and win a grand prize of $25,000 and a trip to Chicago for the All-Star game, plus star-studded Hollywood. Ballots Tuesday and Wednesday in USA Today. It's your chance to vote and win.
A broken peace treaty
has to stop sometimes.
sends a renegade chief on the warpath and Ethan into hostile territory.
You must die.
Paradise, tonight. CBS Sports presents The Prudential at the Half, sponsored by the companies of The Prudential. Come to The Prudential and build your future on the rock.
And our score at the half, the Knicks lead the Pistons 62-55. And hi again, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien, along with Bill Raftery, and welcome once again to the Prudential at the half. And Bill, every time I see the Knickerbockers, it's a different team, it seems, the last 3 or 4 games.
Well, that's why they're up and down. Most clubs have constants. Today, it's Kiki Vanderway playing well, and Mark Jackson as well. They have a chance to break that winning streak of Detroit. And, of course, last year the Lakers had it, 13 in a row, until they lost to the Pistons in the final.
Chuck Daly told us on the basketball show it's going to be tough, and he was right.
Not easy.
Yeah. It is doubleheader day here on CBS, and when we get done at the Garden, there's more conference semifinal action coming your way. We have 2 reports, and let's begin in Phoenix.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist in the Phoenix Suns locker room. Phoenix and Los Angeles getting set for Game 3 of their best-of-7 series coming up next on CBS. The 2 teams are tied a game apiece. Phoenix won Game 1 in Los Angeles. A huge game from Mark West. He wound up with 24 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 blocks in a 2-point Phoenix victory. Game 2 belonged to the Lakers all the way. James Worthy led the way with 23 first-half points. He wound up with 27. The Lakers coasted to a 24-point victory. So it's Game 3 this afternoon, and joining me is Len Elmore. Len, both coaches tend to downplay the significance of Game 3. How important do you think it is?
Well, I disagree with the downplaying of it. The situation speaks for itself. Phoenix Suns have the home court advantage, and they'll fight today to keep that. On the other hand, the Lakers do not want to play the Suns tomorrow, being down 2-1. So even though both of them said no, they really meant yes.
Phoenix and L.A. coming up next on CBS right now. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in San Antonio.
Welcome to San Antonio, Texas, and to the San Antonio River Walk, one of the very few places around the NBA where you can take a boat ride up to the arena to watch your favorite team play basketball. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel, and along with Quinn Buckner a bit later today, it'll be Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinal series between the Portland Trailblazers and the San Antonio Spurs. Quinn, the first 2 games in Portland, the Spurs were spanked pretty good, but they jumped back into the series in a big way Thursday night.
Well, I think they were glad to be home, Greg. They got some fan support, and they played inspired basketball, and I think they were led by David Robinson, who I thought played as hard as I've seen him play all year, but particularly in this series. And his team just fed off of that. They got loose balls, offensive rebounds, everything they needed to do, they seemed to come up with.
Quinn, you played in the league. What's it like to come into San Antonio in front of 15,900 rabid fans?
You're guaranteed to get booed if you're the opposition, but I thought on Thursday, San Antonio used that to their advantage, and they've got to get that same kind of fan support today.
All right, the Spurs and the Blazers getting into their game uniforms in a little while. We'll do the same. It'll be Game 4 from the Hemisphere Arena between Portland and San Antonio later here on CBS.
You look pretty comfortable out there, huh?
Relaxed and ready to go.
2 words on the Phoenix-LA game.
Chambers and Worthy.
We got more. Oh, look what's here. Thank you very much, Timmy. Just in
I guess
time,
I better take care of you knowing him.
This is the latest edition of the NBA Gazette, and we'll read all about it as At the Half rolls on from the mountains to the prairies and then some after a commercial. And a word from your local stations. Stay with us.
This is the valley, Rebecca. Here we can start our new life.
And with hard work, the land will give us all we need. Because this is home.
In the movies, happy endings are easy. But in the real world, they take solid planning. So for investment advice, peace of mind, even buying or selling a home, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Danny DeVito has a problem. His mother, Billy Crystal, has a different problem.
I'm going out of my mind!
His ex-wife. Now he wants him to commit the perfect crime.
I kill your wife, you kill my mama. That's fair.
Join Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito for laughs in Throw Mama from the Train, Tuesday.
She had the perfect family, so it seemed. She married the perfect man, so she thought.
Never again will you hurt me.
Lindsay Wagner, Shattered Dreams, Sunday.
This is CBS.
The arithmetic is simple. K100 times 100 equals $10,000, and it could be yours if you have a K100 cash card. Get yours now.
Move with a winner. Bud's Moving and Storage. 26 awards have been given out of 835 North American agents, and Bud's Moving and Storage was honored recently with the prestigious Commitment to Excellence Award for the 7th consecutive year. The reason? Careful handling. They have the newest fleet of air ride vans in the business, and all goods to be shipped are carefully padded for a safe trip. 7 years in a row. Winner of Commitment to Excellence. Bud's Moving and Storage.
Let us reveal one of the many secrets of the universe. National Muffler provides you with the finest muffler service. It's become universally known that National Muffler can install a new muffler in most American-made cars for as low as $24.95. And National Muffler has the power to lift and install mufflers for trucks and RVs. So for muffler service that's out of this world at prices that are down to earth, see National Muffler, your complete undercar specialist. 72 North 2nd Street, Fargo, 1002 North 5th Street, Grand Forks.
Preserving the earth like recycling papers and cans should be a daily commitment. And your overwhelming response tells us you want to learn more. I'm Steve Wumblum. To keep you informed, KX4 will continue our environmental series. That's For Your Life, Project Earth on KX4 News.
MASH, weekends at 11 on KX4.
Well, as Detroit is finding out, being away from home is no fun. The Knicks lead in the Madison Square Garden 62-55. And welcome back to the Prudential at the Half here in our New York studios. And as promised, time now to share all the news that fits. The NBA Gazette is hot off the press. Well, the boys were burning the midnight oil to get this baby out on time, and oh, is this playoff edition just bursting with news. We begin with an environmental item. Michael Jordan, who leaves many in the dust, has been trying to resonate the already resonant voice of Bulls announcer Johnny Kerr, but Old Red was ready.
We've tried the umbrellas, we've tried the gas mask. I don't know, maybe we can get one of those plastic shields up in front like they used to do on those toothpaste commercials. Maybe that's the only thing that'll work.
On the Gazette, our work is our pleasure, and so our music critic gave San Antonio's Terry Cummings a rave review for his new music video, You Lay It on the Line.
We lay it on the line.
The composer/vocalist met his adoring public at a Cummings out party for this playoff platter.
I don't think most of them really had heard the song or seen the video to the song yet, but I think that the ones who did hear it were real excited about it. They were asking me, did I have an album out? And I said, of course not.
Late-breaking item from the land of cotton. Tuesday night, Suns coach Cotton Fitzsimmons collared a win in the Forum for the first time since 1974.
It's a new look that I'm going to fashion, and I know that I'll probably be sued by Don Nelson for stealing some of his fashion ideas, but I'm going to wear it anyway.
All he had was this, like, lime green shirt. So I said, well, I got a golf shirt, a white golf shirt. He put it on, and the guy won a game, so probably have to wear it again Thursday.
Well, he did, but without the tie, and I might add, without the win either. And finally, we turn to the Gazette social notes and bid welcome to one-week-old Jasmine Wilkins, born during the playoffs. And when on earth will new Papa Gerald buy a Mother's Day gift?
Well, I guess I'm going to have to find time. The game is 1 o'clock on Sunday. So maybe I can get out after the game somewhere in the city of New York. You can always find a place to shop.
I think he gave me my Mother's Day present early.
We also deliver on time in our never-ending fight for truth, justice, and the NBA. A programming note, Gerald thought the game's at 1. It's at 3:30, so he's got a couple more hours. You got all your shopping done?
All done. You know, I had a great relationship with my mother, but she saw me coach, and she even prayed for the opponent.
But will she like that indoor-outdoor basketball you got it for Mother's Day? It's time now for Dick and Hubie to go back to work downtown. For Bill Raftery, I'm Pat O'Brien. Thanks for joining us on the Prudential at the Half. Enjoy the second half here on CBS.
Shooting 60%. Detroit is struggling. Dumars, for example, is only 3 of 10 from the field. Charles Oakley has not scored, but he has 9 rebounds. New York winning that particular battle. And in the inside play, forget about it. The Knicks with Patrick Ewing doing the number.
Well, see, inside play. All right, look at what Ewing has done to the different people who have picked him up. Edwards and Aguirre, the 2 post-up guys from Detroit, are 2 for 7 from the field.
And a total of 5 points. That's the same man who scored 32 in the second game and 18 in the first. So it's Dumars and Thomas at guard, along with Rodman, Edwards, and Laimbeer up front. Knicks have Wilkins and Cheeks with Vandeweghe, Oakley, and Ewing. Ewing has only 1 personal foul. Pick and roll inside. James Edwards still coming up blank.
Ewing not only helped, but also put the pressure on that jump hook by Edwards.
Meanwhile, Detroit's still only 7 down. They are very much in this game. Oakley comes around and grabs his 11th rebound. Tim Brand, what do you got?
Dick, the last time that the Knicks scored this many points in a half was Game 5 against Boston. They had 71, and yet at halftime, Stu Jackson was very upset, almost frustrated, that Laimbeer was coming clean on the picks, and the transition defense they were picking up Isaiah and Dumars.
Well, that's a coach. A coach is never satisfied.
I was going to say that. Isaiah Thomas. Edwards knocks it into the hands of Dumars. I didn't think Stu would say, I'm really happy with everything.
Right. Look out, Zeke.
Thomas was gone after Wilkins. And Kiki Vandeweghe is called for his 3rd personal foul. He scored 12 in the first half. Vandeweghe.
In that first half, Detroit with only 4 offensive rebounds. Uncharacteristic for them.
Edwards turn around from the baseline, and Ewing picks up his 2nd.
Now you can tell Patrick knew that he fouled him. See, you hate to let a post guy get going. Edwards is struggling right now. Patrick is applying excellent pressure. He's changing the shot selection of him. And what you hate to do is to let a guy get on the foul line and get some kind of a rhythm.
Edwards only played 9 minutes in the first half.
To the Pistons. A second violation will result in a technical.
Delay of game warning, charge against the Pistons. Next time they are guilty, it'll be a technical.
That's their first.
See, they're jockeying back and forth. Who's going to be where on the foul line?
Look at the free throw shooting by the Pistons. That's Edwards and what he did in game 2 compared to today. But from the line, the Pistons are now 7 for 16. That's amazing.
It is when during the course of the year you shoot 76% over an 82-game schedule.
Rodman trying to force the turnover.
Well, they need Rodman to get on the boards and also cause some turnovers so they can get some easy baskets in the open floor.
Oakley posting up against Laimbeer. First basket, first points of the game for Oakley, who's done a million other things.
Oakley is so strong. You know, 6'9", 245.
Thomas blocked by Cheeks. Out of bounds. Detroit has it.
Oh, Isaiah, he's not going to give him his hand because Oakley gave him a little bump. Now, this is the match of the night here. These 2 guys, Oakley on Rodman. Now, you know Rodman is not that much of a threat. The key is that you don't want him to get on the board.
Meanwhile, there was a collision in midcourt and a loose ball foul called against Maurice Cheeks. 2nd on Mo.
You know, young point guards out there, you just watch these 2 guys playing today. You know, just trying to compete versus the other guy and eliminating the unexpected. They're constantly thinking a step ahead.
Dumars, who missed 7 of 10 shots in the first half, still coming up empty, and a double dribble against Maurice Cheeks. Rare turnover for him.
Well, throughout the playoffs, Maurice is averaging 4.5 assists for each turnover. And if you get 2.5 for a turnover, every coach in this league is happy with you.
So coaches have been happy with Cheeks. Here's Edwards, lost it. Ewing wouldn't give ground, and here is Vandeweghe.
Nice.
Blocked by Lambier. I don't even think he knew he blocked the shot.
Beautiful passing.
Cheeks. Long rebound into the hands of Thomas. Boy, they're playing chest to chest in this second half. There's not much margin for anything going on here.
Well, somebody's trying to grab the game at the beginning of this quarter.
Edwards misses.
Neither team has been able to get it going their way right now.
Detroit has missed all 5 of their shots here in the third quarter. Knicks lead by 9. Their biggest lead was 10.
Now this is smart. Go in and cut through.
Ewing. There's Wilkins on the other side. Vandeweghe for 3. Knicks again.
There you go. Set up your offense.
They don't double on Patrick Ewing, and he makes them pay. 23 points for Ewing. And a timeout. 22nd timeout, Detroit. The Knicks have their biggest lead of the game right now. And we want to remind you, more of the same anticipated later on today. Even Woody will be watching, I'm sure, when the Lakers in Phoenix 1-1 go at it Game 3 in Phoenix. Some of you will see Game 4 between the Blazers and the Spurs with Portland up 2-1, but David Robinson came alive, didn't he, the other night in San Antonio?
Now, David Robinson came around with big numbers, and the main thing is that Rod Strickland only had 1 turnover. He had 12 in the first 2 games. That's tough when your point guard can't complete the plays, but they're at home now. It should be a Dilly this afternoon.
Edwards gets the basket and draws the foul, so he's getting a little angry himself.
Well, you're not going to shut him down. This guy, he has scored on everyone. He's been in this league a long time. You know, a double-figure score. He not only has the fadeaway, see, as he steps out, Ewing went for the fadeaway shot. Nice move stepping under.
Meanwhile, Patrick Ewing has picked up his 3rd personal foul, and the Knicks, in less than 4 minutes, have picked up 14 fouls to none for the Pistons. And it's an 8-point lead for the Knicks. Detroit really struggling from the line today. Switch. Edwards gets it away. Dumars caused the turnover.
4-on-2.
Rodman completes the play, and now it's a 6-point game, and Detroit has always hung in there in this one.
See, every time that Gerald Wilkins runs that pick and roll, they are trapping him hard and saying, you have got to find the free people, and he's having difficulty connecting with a good pass.
22nd timeout called by Stu Jackson here.
Here we have Dumars on Wilkins. Now, Joe knows that there's going to be a double team. Here it is right here, strong. Now, you have a 7-foot guy with Dumars. Edwards gets a piece of it, causes the turnover, and now because you're out high, you have the advantage in the open floor.
See, I gave Dumars credit, and the replay shows it was Edwards because Joe normally does that. That's reputation, isn't it?
Someone told me that you were a guard at one time. See, you do not appreciate the big fellas.
I thought early in the game you assigned me to guarding Patrick Ewing. Make up your mind.
In your dreams.
You can say that again.
See, the Knicks have gotten away from going to Ewing low. And you should get going to him in there and then run your cutters, and good things are going to happen for you.
So Ewing double team. And Rodman, that's the first team foul against Detroit, and Rodman's first of the game. He did not take part in the pregame warm-ups, did Rodman, because of the stomach flu. Kind of nervous. The team doctor said really excited about the game, and that was one of the symptoms of it.
Well, he's dropped 5 pounds in the last couple of days, and that's an awful lot of weight to lose. Ewing finds Cheeks wide open. See, by going into Patrick and running the cutters, Detroit is now doubling and covering the cutters, allowing the opposite side of the floor to be wide open for the shot.
Thomas with a fake. Smartly puts up the shot. This guy knows what to do. His playoff sense is so apparent.
For a small player, meaning 6'1" and under, Zeke is just incredible in the painted area.
It hit the official, stays in bounds. It's a good call, or non-call, I should say. Lambeer on the pick and roll out, and Lambeer hits, and now it's 68-64, and the Pistons are right on the Knicks' backs with all the good things the Knicks have done.
Half-court execution. Remember, Detroit wants that 90-point game. The Knicks would like it up over 100, but you got to show us half-court execution here.
Cheeks, 6 on the shot clock for the Knicks. Ewing, air ball. Oakley gets the foul.
Yeah, but you see, if you're Detroit, that's their game. Now watch right now. Beautiful head fake by Zeke. And then the ball fake. Keep the ball as soon as he saw the defensive man react.
This is an acrobatic game by both sides and a thriller. Timeout.
Back in Madison Square Garden, Tim Brandt joined now by Dominique Wilkins, your brother. The Knicks, they got out quickly today. Your impression so far, Dominique?
They're playing well. I think the thing they have to do is keep boxing out, and I think they have to get offensive contributions from other people on their team, like Cheeks, like Joe. I told him earlier today, just kind of exert himself a little bit more offensively, you know, especially use his size factor, especially down low.
Pete, what do you know about the coaching situation down with your club down in Atlanta?
Oh, really, I've been trying to stay away from it. I heard rumors of Willis Reed might be our new coach, but whoever our new coach, I just hope that the guy can come in and adapt to our team, and the guys can feel comfortable. That's the bottom line.
Thanks. Good luck.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
You know, Stu Jackson this week responded to the firing of Jimmy Rogers in Boston, Hubie, by saying it stinks. He was really outraged over the firing of Jimmy.
Well, anytime that guys get fired, the rest of the coaches have empathy for that. Anytime that it has happened to you, you know, your heart goes out because you know the guy, if he's going to surface, he probably has to move to go to a new city. Jimmy Rogers they won 52 games, but let's face it, management has the call, and they probably definitely were not excited with the way the team finished in the playoffs. And then the compound matters. You know, you had Kevin McHale with that torn ligament in the foot, and nobody even knew about that during the game. And, you know, he couldn't have played even if they went on to this round anyway.
A lot of hot stove stuff going on in the NBA these days. 6-point lead for the Knicks. Thomas had committed that last foul. Joe Dumars clinks. Dumars starting to get cooking now.
See, Detroit, anytime they run the pick and roll, they're getting a real good shot, an open jump shot or penetration. And if they stick to that right now for a while, I think they could cause a lot of problems here.
Ewing with a turnaround on the baseline hit. 25 now for Patrick Ewing. That's 5 more than he scored in the last game. He had 20 in that one, 19 in game 1 when he led New York. Halfway through this third quarter, Dumars again off the screen. It was another pick and roll.
Now you see, it's not even close. The Knicks have got to make up their mind. If they're going to continue to trail a guy and get picked, then the guy coming off with the dribble is wide open. Now what's Detroit doing at the other end? They are trapping it and then forcing you to make a pass.
72-68 at one time here in the third. The Knicks led by 11. Vandeweghe loses it in a 2-on-1 now for Detroit. Dumars behind to Rodman. And the Pistons blow it. They missed the 3-on-1 to cut it to 2. Vandeweghe gets the basket. And that could be a big turnaround.
Well, Detroit got too cute. Chuck Daly really upset. You know, he was looking for a foul down there, possibly on Rodman's move. But at the other end of the floor, that was a great shot opportunity. Now watch this. This is getting a little bit too cute. You see, bad pass down inside. All right, now as they go the other way, Kiki Vandeweghe makes a very, very tough shot.
Well, most teams, that would really hurt them psychologically and otherwise. Detroit's been down this way a long time. But that was a very tough turnaround on those sequences. Dumars. Edwards, blocked. Thomas runs in for a 2. Rodman finds Edwards. And the Pistons have now hit their last 7 shots after going 0 for 5 to start this third period. And again, it's a 4-point game. 4:35 remaining in the third period. Wilkins open for 3. Out of bounds, last touched by Edwards. And it's still New York's ball.
You know, when you have so many seconds left on the shot clock, when the ball goes into the post guy and he throws it out, go right back into him because he's played one-on-one and let the guy operate, especially Ewing. He's having such a great day.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Wilkins goes in and fouls. That's the 13th foul against the Pistons.
See, that's Gerald Wilkins' game today, Dick. The outside long perimeter shot is not there. When he has been putting the ball on the floor and attacking, something good has happened. He's either getting the shot or he's getting fouled and the ability to get to the foul line.
John Sally will be coming in for the Pistons. The foul is on James Edwards. That's his 3rd. Sally likely will replace Edwards, and he will.
For Detroit, number 22, John Sally is back in, replacing James Edwards.
Sally scored 9 points in the second quarter and kept the Pistons in the game during a stage in which the Knicks were playing well.
See, I just want to bring out this emphasis about the foul shooting. In games 1 and 2, the Knicks only shot 22 foul shots a game. They shot 20 today in the first half and made 18. Now you're breaking the defense down. You're getting fouls on people. It forces Detroit to tough.
Steal by Gerald Wilkins. 2-on-1 with Cheeks. And it'll be Detroit's ball, so the Knicks miss a 2-on-1, just as Detroit missed a 3-on-1 a few moments ago.
Well, Mo is really perturbed with himself because he got himself in an angle where he could not bank in the shot. Never try to swish a layup when you're being contested coming down the middle.
Dumars off the pick by Lambier. He's been doing this throughout this third quarter. And Dumars has 6 already of his 12 here in the third.
I think we have to underline defensing the pick and roll here for the Knicks. Yeah. Otherwise, they're going to let Detroit come right back into this thing and gain control.
They have let him come back in, even though Ewing comes right back with his 27th point. But Detroit just in the shadow of the Knicks here with 3:25 to go.
See, this is the veteran team. Here it comes again. See, they're going to force you to defense this play.
They still haven't done it. Wilkins spins around Thomas. And Rodman gets it into the hands of Isaiah.
When it's nutcracking time, like we're starting to enter into now, you must take shots that you can make.
Vandeweghe picking up Thomas. Rodman. Wilkins and Vandeweghe ahead of the field. Vandeweghe for 3. Pistons trailing by 6. Dumars around Cheeks. Basket will count and a foul against Cheeks. And a big play by Joe Dumars. So the Knicks elected to go for the 3-point shot, and Detroit now can cut it to 3.
Now watch Dumars' right arm put Cheeks down. There it is right there. You see that? That bumped Cheeks off, allowing him to open himself up so he could bank that shot.
Genuine draft.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized. Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
I've made up my mind. I'm gonna do it. Why shouldn't I? I'm the one who has to look at myself in the mirror every morning. So before I lose another hair, I'm going to the doctor. I know doctors have treatment programs that are proven to work. More guys are trying them every day. I'm not bad now, But I wouldn't mind looking better.
Your doctor can really do something about hair loss. So see your doctor or call this toll-free number.
The Japanese and Germans created a new class of luxury cars. We thought that was a good idea. They engineered many with V6 engines and a driver's airbag standard. We thought that was a good idea. They priced them higher than most people's annual salary. We thought that was a lousy idea. Introducing the new LeBaron sedan.
Financing as low as 0% or $1,000 cash back. Now on LeBaron sedan.
Here we have power basketball, and Detroit double-teaming Patrick Ewing once he receives the pass by Joe Dumars, who is going to come on the baseline. Now, anytime you are the double-teamer, it's your job not to allow the offensive player to split the double team, whether it's in the post or backcourt. Look at this. Beautiful move by Ewing, and he just negates it by himself by the old drop step.
Ewing with 27 points, followed by Vandeweghe with 14. Wilkins and Cheeks each with 10, but they've been stuck on 10 for quite a while. Meanwhile, Trent Tucker has come in for the Knicks at the off-guard position. And Joe Dumars on the line can cut the Knicks lead to 3. It was 11 early here in the third. And again, the woes from the free throw line could very well come back and haunt Detroit. They're having a horrible day shooting from there.
Now they're going to come on this side of the floor, left side, or right in there. Beautiful.
Sally, maybe his fourth. Think it is third.
Watch out now.
Lane Beer. Like that swagger.
Well,
hey.
Well, the main thing is right now is that no one wants to do something foolish to cost your team a technical foul. Then number 2, get possibly thrown out of the game. You do not want that to happen right now.
Already had 3 technicals in this game, 1 on Charles Oakley, 2 on Detroit's coaching staff, Daly and Brendan Surr.
Now, the foul, either way now, the team will be shooting the penalty.
They've called double technicals on Lane Beer and Ewing. They won't shoot them, so add 2 more. So 5 technicals today. Kiki Vandeweghe. Dumars has it in the corner. 4-point game for the Knicks. 2 minutes remaining in the third. And a loose ball foul has been called against Detroit. Oakley got hit. And it'll be Rodman with his second.
That was an excellent blockout by Charles Oakley. He put his body on Dennis Rodman, and Rodman grabbed him from the rear. Now, this is the play before. We had the foul in the lane. Now, this is a little I'm giving you a face. You're in my face, okay? But what I'm not going to do is back down from you right now, just so nobody raises a hand.
It's Gary Cooper in High Noon, let's face it.
All right. High Noon, excuse me. Is that a dance or what was that? Old guys, we all know that was a movie.
You probably went to that movie 9 times when
Absolutely.
you were a kid.
A classic, a classic.
Both teams in the penalty.
We have to point to that.
Pistons feel that they're not in the penalty, and Darryl Garrettson checking.
5. This is 5 right here. When did you pick up the 4? Can you tell me that? Yes, I can. To make it 4, and then that was right. He missed Isaiah's foul early on.
We think it's 5 over here at the table.
One more round. Back to Detroit, you people.
All right. All right. It is 5. And there's Charles Oakley on the line. Notice how you have some vehement people sitting very close to courtside in these games. Did you notice that or hear that, Hubie?
Well, the clock has had it up there, for a while now. That's why it's interesting, and we have it right here on our computer.
Well, we'll keep it clean.
Our stat man, Jim Stamos, is right on top of that one.
The Knicks by 6 with 1:40 to play. Rodman. Oakley, I tell you, Ewing is doing some amazing things against shooters in the low post.
Well, see, it's interesting. Anytime that the Knicks double team, they're forcing Detroit to make the passes. Rodman keeps emptying up with the pass, and he can't knock the shot down.
Against Sally, Patrick Ewing can do no wrong today.
It's tough to play a good post man with strength when he shows you 4 to 5 moves.
Nearly a minute to go in the third quarter. The double team. Pistons can't find the open shot. Oh! Lambeer gets in, gets the foul in the basket as Oakley goes into the crowd. They finally found it and used the clock wisely. They were in no hurry.
That was a great defensive effort. Now watch this pass by Isaiah. Beautiful pass. Now the Knicks, they end up with a possible 3-point negative out of this, and their defense was as good as it's been all day for almost a full 24-second clock.
Lambeer with 18 points, but only 4 rebounds after leading the team off the boards in the first 2 games. Knicks led by 11 early in the third, had their lead cut to 4.
Little motion offense now for the Knicks.
Vanderway left open. Feeds Oakley. Yes, feeds Ewing. Oh. And it's going to be Detroit's ball. A little overzealous on the slam.
Now watch the picks on the baseline here. There's 2 right there. Now here comes the next one by Ewing. On this great end, Vanderway made a beautiful pass. You know, Ewing only took off from their bench. Okay.
Oakley won't go for the fake. Steal by Tucker. Knicks can play for the last shot. They're in no hurry, up by 5.
8 seconds on the clock.
So the Knicks lost 2 points off of their lead in the third quarter. And Patrick Ewing once again comes up big. And that is the end of the third period. With the score, the New York Knicks 82, the Detroit Pistons 77 in Game 3 of this best of 7. And we'll return to Madison Square Garden after this message and a word from your local station.
Dear David, I miss you. I'm still chasing the story through Europe. Don't know where it'll end.
Ambassador,
But you always know where you can reach me.
I've got you on an 8 o'clock flight to Vienna and a car will meet you at the airport. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been waiting.
The longer I'm gone, the more your letters mean to me.
I'm missing you. In my mind, I'm kissing you. I'm lost without you.
Lass mich nur cash.
I practically live at American Express. They take care of everything. Get this. When I had a crazy idea, they even arranged a balloon so I could get pictures. My editor loved them and sent me to Paris. Sorry.
it's been a week. There's no letter today. I'm going home.
I'm sorry. I need to book a flight to San Francisco.
But I just got here.
I've been missing you.
Having someone who cares for you wherever you go, membership has its privileges.
This is CBS.
Pretty Polly loves the pocket tacos, made in a Peter pocket, not in a shell. Brown beef and tomatoes in pocket tacos, 79 cents a Taco Bell. Sour cream and lettuce and cheddar cheese, salt Peter pocket, Pretty Polly please. Get me 1, 2 when you place your order. Oh, Pretty Polly, make a run for the border. Taco Bell, use pocket tacos, make a run for the border.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Dean, inviting you to join us right here this weekend for our show. You know, there's a lot of outdoor shows that broadcast across America, but we're the only ones that do things right in your backyard. So if it's happening anywhere from Candu to Hot Springs or Williston to Canton, Lake Sakakawea, Lake Oahe, Lake Sharp, Devil's Lake, Lake Thompson, if it's hunting and fishing in the Dakotas, you're going to see it right here. So please join us this weekend.
Tony Dean, Saturdays at 5.
Dennis Silva, KX4 Sports.
They've dropped off now.
Hey, wubba, 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 NBA action. It's fantastic.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden for the 1990 NBA playoffs here on CBS. Best of 7. Detroit leads 2 games to none, but it's the Knicks leading by 5 heading into this final period. Game 4 tomorrow, right back here in the Garden. The questions, will Rodman be over the stomach flu? Will Lambier be willing to go and able to go with that sore knee? Dick?
All right, Timmy, thank you very much. And as we start the fourth quarter, the Knicks come out with Maurice Cheeks and Trent Tucker in the backcourt, Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, and Kiki Vandeweghe. There's a man, Mark Aguirre, who is strangely not in the game in the third quarter.
Yeah, it is interesting right there that they're staying with Rodman. But, you know, the other thinking is by Chuck is that Rodman, we need him on the boards because the difference in the boards right now, New York 39, Detroit 24. Rodman is our team-leading rebounder, along with Lambier.
Isaiah Thomas and Vinnie Johnson in the backcourt. Up front, it's Edwards, Rodman, and Sally. Ewing, 31 for Ewing. And, you know, during the year against Detroit, he had some amazing scoring games, yet Detroit won all 4 in the regular season.
Yeah, but today they're getting now, this fourth quarter puts the pressure on the Knicks to spread the ball around and take advantage of the rotations.
Edwards lost it. Knicks ball.
I'll tell you, Trent Tucker has been so many places today getting his hand on ball where, you know, he's knocking the ball. Watch Trent come on the baseline right there. Yep. Got a piece of it, causing the turnover.
Well, he didn't do it in his hometown of Detroit, but coming back home in New York and playing well here, despite the fact he's not been a scoring factor. Ewing, another one, and a foul. And he matches the number 33.
Just watch as he makes this spin, but watch James Edwards catch his elbow right there. See, a lot of pivot guys in this league, if they know that they cannot get the shot, they will go and tap you on that elbow area just enough to throw the shot off. James did not get away with it.
Fourth foul on Edwards. Ewing with 11 rebounds and 11 of 12 from the line. And the lead is 10 again. Detroit had it knocked down to 4 in the third quarter. So the Knicks have steadied themselves plus. Sally. He'll give him that outside shot all day. But Rodman keeps it alive. Here's Cheeks. Detroit is back.
There you go. That's smart basketball.
Basket will give the Knicks their biggest lead of the game.
Nice.
Here it is.
As Patrick takes this double play, Mo Cheeks cuts right down the middle of the screen. Isaiah goes, no rotation to pick him up for the easy layup. And defensive rotation.
Mark Aguirre is in the Detroit lineup. Replaces Dennis Rodman. And here is Aguirre. Edwards, who hasn't done much offensively, is fouled by Maurice Cheeks. That is the first Knicks foul of this final quarter, and for Cheeks, his 4th personal foul. Mark Jackson played well when he was in there in the first half, and we may be seeing some of him soon.
Well, let's look at what Chuck Daly has done here right now. He's put his ammo on the court. And that big-time ammunition guys. He's concerned. He's not getting any points. So you have Edwards and Aguirre in there, and then you have Vinnie Johnson and Isaiah. Your rebound, the shot blocker, is Sally.
Meanwhile, the Pistons are 10 of 21 from the free throw line today. That's an 11-point differential. They're down by 11 right now.
The guy with the basketball, 5 assists for every turnover today. Wow.
Inside to Ewing, double team with Thomas and Sally. And now Detroit. Plenty of time, 9:40 to play in the fourth period. Pistons lead 2 games to none. Forced shot by Vinnie Johnson. Detroit getting back. They don't let you run that much on the transition. Tucker for 3. He's 3 for 3 in the series from there.
You're seeing two-man basketball at its best. When you try to cheat off the outside man to help on Ewing, they're killing you from the outside.
The Pistons had it cut to 4 with a chance to make it 3 in the third quarter when Joe Dumars missed a big free throw. Would have cut it to 3, and the Knicks have gone from there and have opened up their biggest lead. They got to separate.
Yeah, well, see, Newman is right in Aguirre's face, and Newman does not want to back down.
Edwards has it blocked by Ewing and a New York foul. Their second team foul.
See, you look at Detroit's lineup right now. That was a great block by Ewing. You see, Chuck has guys out there that can create for themselves, except when the eraser comes in the form of Ewing to block the shot. But all 4 guys can make something happen.
Edwards makes the free throw. Dennis Rodman went to the locker room. Tim Brandt, you on that?
I just got back from the dressing room. He's still very ill. It doesn't look like he's going to be back. Now, he's not vomiting, but he feels very nauseous.
All right, Tim. So Rodman in the dressing room, 92-80, the Knicks lead with under 9 minutes to go in the fourth period. Last time Detroit led was with 4.5 to go, way back in the first quarter. Knicks dominating game 3. 3 on the shot clock now. Ewing. Detroit trying to narrow it to 10 or less. Thomas tries to make it less. Here's Cheeks.
To go back to what's been good to them, and that is the baseline screen for this guy coming into the two-man game. There he is.
In the middle this time against Sally. 36 points for Patrick Ewing.
See, every time today that Patrick has stopped on a dotted line in the painted area and received the pass, he has scored or he's been fouled.
94-80 in favor of the Knicks. Illegal defense called against New York, and that's a technical foul, the second violation. Here's Pat again.
Now watch Patrick right now as the ball goes back to the top. See how he's stepping into the dotted line? Now, any good post guy, a defensive player, is at your mercy if you have some moves from that spot.
Thomas makes good on the technical. So the Pistons come out cold in the beginning of this fourth quarter the way they did in the third. They missed their first 5 shots in the third. They've done it again here in the fourth period.
I'm looking for Detroit to show you a little bit more movement and less one-on-one play.
There's a guy who really is in the, forget about microwave, he's in the freezer. Vinnie Johnson. Aguirre. And Dennis Rodman returning to the Detroit bench. The lead is 11 for the Knicks. Newman goes up.
Easy there.
It's getting closer now.
That time, that was a foul. Newman beat Aguirre off the dribble, but as they went down into the thing, Newman came back with his right hand.
Mark Aguirre. That's his second in the team system.
Joe Dumars is checked into the Detroit lineup.
Now watch as he gets fouled. Now, there, it's over. Now watch. You see the backhand right there. See, that's what started it. Newman reaching back with his right hand.
And a technical foul has been charged.
Now, if you're a Knicks fan, you're saying, wait a second. He was fouled. Very hard foul.
Technical foul called against Johnny Newman, and Isaiah Thomas will try to get the point. And it's a 10-point game now, 94-84. Still plenty of time remaining. 7:22.
See, with 7:22 to go, there's a very concerned man right now because his team just can't seem to score. You know that your best offensive rebounder is sitting right there on the bench. So if you do miss, you're not getting any offensive boards.
Now Newman shooting the free throws for McGuire's fouls. Team fouls are 2 apiece here in the 4th period.
See, Newman is a very, very confident offensive player. He wants to shoot the 3, and he loves to attack the basket off the dribble. He's a tough cover for Mark McGuire,
who is not rated one of the top defensive players, to say the least, in the league.
See, you got to go in here, right there.
Up against Newman, McGuire gets the foul. Went right at him.
Look, Mark McGuire, in his career, is a 24-point-per-game scorer. Here with Detroit, he averages 14. When he's in there, he's as good as any post-up guy we have in this league.
Several of the Knicks had to pull Johnny Newman away, 3 of them, because Newman wanted to go after McGuire. So this thing is still simmering here.
You know, Dill Dick, see, if you're a Knick, Newman cannot be drawn into this trap. You don't need technical fouls. You don't need to get thrown out of this basketball game right now because you're an excellent athlete, and you do not want to give Detroit anything for free. Please keep your composure and play strong.
Meanwhile, the Pistons have missed their 12th free throw. They're down by 11. That doesn't mean they would have made them all, though, so don't think that the free throws would have been perfect.
Absolutely.
Johnny Newman picked up by Edwards on the switch. Newman now with 7.
See, when physical play comes about, the easiest way to show how good you are is that when you get your opportunity, you make it count.
McGuire in the low post again, surrounded by Ewing this time. Sally comes out of nowhere for the offensive rebound. Here's Sally again.
Nice pass.
McGuire lays it in, and a foul as well. And Detroit is playing relentless basketball on the offensive glass.
Officials timeout.
Newman's 5th foul.
See, this is something which we've not seen all day today. Offensive rebounding by Detroit. Great move by Sally. All right, there. The ball is scrambling. Sally makes a terrific pass on the baseline to McGuire.
Plug has to fire 500 times a minute. Over its life, that's a spark 5 miles long. Shouldn't you install that peace of mind? Motorcraft quality parts from Ford.
You've just discovered your car has a clear coat finish, which your ordinary wax just ruined. Simonized non-abrasive wax won't scratch today's clear coat finishes, and that'll save you a lot of grief.
You want to protect your children from harm, but can they protect themselves?
Don't let him move. I'll go call for help.
A salute to Safe Kids Week on Rescue 911, Tuesday.
We'll get you back to the Knicks and Vinnie Johnson and the Pistons in a moment. I'm Pat O'Brien with a reminder that we've got more basketball, or should we say more Johnsons, coming your way in our doubleheader. The Lakers, of course, are led by the one and only Magic Johnson, and there you see him getting ready for today's action. But Cotton Fitzsimmons won't baby him with Johnson & Johnson. That's Kevin and Eddie. And there won't be any Johnsons playing in San Antonio. That's Mr. Robinson's neighborhood against Portland. So throw away the remote control. You'll want to keep it right here all day long. And right now, let's send you back to Dick and Hubie, fellas.
Well, there's a matchup. Rambis, the former Laker. Worthy, who had a great game. How do you look at this one coming up, Game 3?
I look for James to have a big game. Last year at this time, L.A. went right into Phoenix, Dick, and beat them twice. Now, I'm looking at Phoenix. Is Kevin Johnson healthy? Can he penetrate and break down the Laker defense? They are one of the best defensive teams in the league. But if the Lakers are going to get it done, Magic Johnson, Scott, and Worthy have got to put the big numbers up for them.
And Mark West needs the kind of game he had in game number 1. So Johnny Newman goes to the bench with his 5th personal foul. Kenny Walker has checked in. Let's check in now with Tim Brand.
All right, Dick, working both sides of this court. I'm going to tell you right now, Rodman's very sick, but they're having a tough time keeping him in the dressing room. He's back out now, and he wants to play despite the upset stomach. On the other side, the Knicks want to keep moving that ball. They want to move it to the weak side as quickly as they can over where Doc is, and then get it inside to Ewing if they can, but they want to keep moving the ball crisply.
Maguire misses the free throw. That's going to be the first thing that Chuck Daly talks about when this game is over, I'm sure.
Well, all the players will look at the stat sheet. It just jumps out. This is something you're doing everything else. You're not having a great game, but you still are getting to the line. You must make them at playoff time.
Nearly halfway through this 4th quarter, Maurice Cheeks misses a 3. Kenny Walker crashes the boards, but it's Thomas. And the lead is 11 right now. Pistons trying to get it under the 10-point mark with a lot of time remaining. Posting up against Tucker is Dumars. Illegal defense called against the Knicks, and it'll be another technical foul.
See, that time Maurice Cheeks was in limbo. He didn't know whether he should go down in there and trap Joe Dumars. That would have opened Isaiah Thomas. And anytime you're Mo, you're still thinking of game 2, where he double-teamed James Edwards, and Isaiah hit 5 threes.
Pistons are 16 of 29 from the free throw line today. Knicks. Pistons still have 2 fouls to give. The Knicks' next foul will put him in the penalty.
Oh, boy.
John Sally is showing some intensity here. And the Pistons trail by only 8.
That was the Pistons' 7 now offensive rebounds in the 4th quarter. The Knicks, 0. Now you're going to see a shot go up here. Now watch John Sally come flying in here over the top from the left side. Look at that leap, and how about that jam through?
There are the numbers. 7-zip on the offensive boards.
Food. We got hot food, huge food, half-fat food, and dude food. We got lunch food, munchity munch food, not in the greatest mood food. We got the right food, light food, morning food, and night food, make-a-wish food, not this food. All right food, we got food, get it to go food, hey, get your own food. You know the one. It's McDonald's, food, balls and fun.
We go above and beyond just like you, above and beyond what we have to do.
I'm a Prudential representative. When I talk to people about CDs and mutual funds, they're surprised at the wide range of investment opportunities I can offer.
You work hard, so do we, to make what you work for a reality. The Rock, the Prudential, above and beyond.
When you have these, why would you need a Black & Decker Power Ratchet? Because it's faster, easier, and works in lots of places manual wrenches can't. The Black & Decker Power Ratchet. It's really turning a lot of heads.
Regardless of what some people think, all spark plugs aren't alike. These AC copper core plugs match my car's specs for up to 30,000 miles of high revving firepower.
AC Delco parts. They don't just fit, they match.
A broken peace treaty
Has to stop sometimes.
sends a renegade chief on the warpath and Ethan into hostile territory.
You must die.
Paradise, tonight.
Well, it's a long way down when you're looking for a contact lens that's on the floor somewhere, and Patrick Ewing was looking for it. That's Timmy Walsh, the assistant trainer of the Knicks, who found the contact lens. And here is Patrick Ewing on the other end of the triple play.
Well, you can see that he took a pop right on that left, on his left eyelid there.
Knicks have Ewing in there along with Oakley, Kenny Walker, Maurice Cheeks, and Trent Tucker. Pistons with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, and up front it's Edwards, Aguirre, and Sally, who has really played a strong fourth quarter.
Now in this last 5 minutes and 20-some-odd seconds, you're the Knicks. You're going to get bumped, and you must get on the offensive board when you miss, and then play tough at the other end of the floor.
3 on the shot clock. Tucker for a 3. And the loose ball foul called against the Knicks. And it'll be checked that Kenny Walker with it.
Well, Kenny Walker was tangled up that time with Sally.
At the conclusion of our game, Hubie Brown and I will select the Miller Lite Player of the Game. But first this. And in conjunction with the award, Light Beer will present a check in the amount of $1,000 in the player's name to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. That was the foul on Walker.
Well, that time Walker was behind on that block out and really had to bump. You know, Chuck Daly is stunned. He's absolutely stunned. You know, when you're a good foul shooting basketball team, you just cannot explain days like today.
17 of 31 from the line, and yet the Pistons are behind by only 7 with a lot of time remaining.
You know, you got here by going into Patrick Ewing and making things happen with a lot of movement. The Knicks are away from that kind of play.
Sally was holding on Ewing, and for John, that'll be his 4th foul, and the 3rd team foul against Detroit. Knicks already in the penalty.
See, Sally's all upset because he was playing the passing lane. It was a bad angle to try to feed the postman. He thought he got a piece of the ball.
They're looking for Ewing again. Playing him one-on-one with Sally. 38 points for Patrick Ewing. The Pistons were on a 12-4 run.
You see, you've got to keep going to the guy because something good is happening when he scores. But more important, when they double and triple team, you're getting wide open shots.
Pistons have given up 100 points in a playoff game for the first time since June 8th. That was the NBA Finals against the Lakers a year ago. Dumars is fouled, so in 20 of the last 22 games coming in, Detroit had not allowed a team to hit the century mark.
See, this is the pick and roll situation that Detroit ran so well in the 3rd quarter. Now here it is right here. Walker fighting Sally for position. But Dumars beats the double team off the dribble. Anytime that you trap, you cannot break down like that.
Ewing with his 4th personal foul.
See, when you have a lead in a playoff game, you're playing at home. The one thing you do not want to do is keep putting the opposition on the foul line. You want them to beat you, and they must score up over the top of you.
Dumars got off to a slow start offensively, now has 16 points. Thomas with 19 leads the Pistons. Good ball movement by the Knicks, and Ewing gets the basket and draws the foul. John Sally has picked up number 5.
See, they catch Ewing on the move here. They gave him a baseline screen. Anytime you catch him on the move today, on either box or on the dotted line, he has been able to shoot up over the top of the defense.
41 points for Ewing.
One-on-one.
Dumars trying to split the double team, and he was pushed. The Knicks are in the penalty, and Bill Laimbeer will come in and replace Sally, who goes out with 5 fouls.
I'm chuckling here because in that one-on-one situation, Trent Tucker is hand-checking, which is a foul. And as Joe Dumars gets exasperated, he uses his left hand. See, Tucker is trying to plead his case there right now as Dumars knocked Tucker right away from him.
Sally, that's Rodman, who has not been well at all today. And he looks still to be ill.
He's a tough dude. He's really trying to give his team some help. He knows that the offensive board game, you know, isn't where it's at. And he is always big in the last 6 minutes of every game.
Under 4 minutes to play. Pistons won the first 2 games in Detroit. They have not lost a playoff game this season. They've won 12 in a row dating back to last year, trying to tie the Lakers record of 13. But they're on the short end here. Maurice Cheeks with a big basket. And time beginning to run out on Detroit.
Cheeks had nothing that time and just created that by himself. Fake the drive, hit the outside.
Thomas lays it in, and it's an 8-point game. And if Detroit's going to make one last run, they're going to have to start with the defensive end. Ewing has 41 points. His playoff career high 44 against Boston.
You can't waste a lot of time out here. Easy here. Both guys are going to get called for a foul.
6 on the shot clock. Cheeks short. Wasn't the best idea, but time was running down on the clock. 8-point game.
Here come they go for that. There it is.
Thomas misses a 2. He was on the line. He clicked from there and from beyond in game number 2.
Now, Ewing is going to be your main force here. You can't be wasting so many seconds because you're going to end up with a forced shot.
Cheeks to Oakley. Inside and lost the ball to Aguirre. It's still an 8-point game.
Great play.
Edwards picks it up from the floor. Aguirre for 2. And now it's 105-99, and Detroit with 2:08 to go, trailing by 6.
Everyone wants the 3. Chuck Daly, all the players. Knicks want a timeout.
Each team has enough timeouts remaining, and Detroit coming in strong late in the game.
Sports announcer Jim Rooker.
Chum. That's all coming up tonight on CBS.
Now watch the excellent move here by Cheeks. Excellent anticipation. Now you have the loose ball. Now what comes out of this? Edwards picks it up, throws it to Aguirre, but there he is. You'll see right there that his foot is on. The foot is right there, right on the line. Excellent call or non-call by the officials.
Knicks have 4 players in double figures, led by Ewing's 41. 6 players in double figures for Detroit, and Isaiah Thomas has 21 to lead them. Detroit has 3 timeouts remaining, and the Knicks have 2. Neither team has a 30. And no fouls to give for either club.
2 minutes.
2 minutes to go. On the shot clock. Ewing fouled by Lane Beer. No basket.
See, to be truthful, Dick, I was surprised they ran a pick and roll, because every pick and roll today Detroit has trapped, and they're not getting anything out of it. Plus, you're wasting time. Then they're lucky. They get the ball down into Ewing as the clock is going down. Unfortunately, he was fouled that time.
13 of 14 from the line today for Patrick Ewing. The Knicks themselves have just missed only 2 free throws all day, in sharp contrast to the Pistons, who have struggled, missing 14. Big part of the story in game number 3 today.
Knicks giving you full court pressure to make you run some precious seconds off the clock.
Joe Dumars out to Aguirre for a 3. Still Detroit with Dumars collecting.
Remember, when they shoot 3s, you must expect the long rebound.
Looking for Lane Beer against Tucker. They've got an advantage there. But Oakley gets the rebound.
Oh, no.
Throws it away into the hands of James Edwards.
Never throw the ball under your defensive basket.
You have said that a few times, I recall. 107-101 now. Winding down to a minute to go. 9 now on the shot clock. Thomas stays with Cheeks. 4. Cheeks with a line drive. Long rebound. And the Pistons have a 3-on-1 now. Dumars behind to Aguirre. And now it's a 4-point game. with 47 seconds remaining. And a timeout called by the Knicks. And the Pistons just don't go away.
Now here's the shot going up. Oakley's going to receive this rebound. And as he loses his balance, he throws the ball right back underneath. Yet you're always taught, if you're going to throw it in bounds, throw it to the other end of the floor if you can.
My brother's
to hold on, leading by 4 with the ball. No fouls to give. Detroit with 3 timeouts. The Knicks have only 1.
Major right now is you must cut down on your turnover situation. Shorten the passing lanes if you're the New York Knicks. Go to your strength that brought you here in this major dance, and that's Patrick Ewing. You cannot continue to waste time on the shot clock and end up with difficult perimeter shots.
Vandeweghe will inbound, and Dennis Rodman is in defending against him.
Now remember, big key here is you only have 1 timeout left if you're the Knicks. You must get into your offense quickly.
17 on the shot clock. 22-second differential. Now ball knocked away by Isaiah Thomas. It's a 3-on-2. Thomas lost it out of bounds, kicked it away.
Once again, Trent Tucker got a piece of that ball right off of Isaiah's leg out of bounds.
Chuck Daly's expression indicates that might have been the last stand for Detroit. And now the Knicks will use their last timeout with 30 seconds to go.
You'll see it here now. There it is. Trent got a piece of it with his left hand, and that's why you had the fumbled situation. Now remember, the Knicks are out of timeouts.
And there'll be a 6-second differential on the game clock.
Own a foreign car.
Madison Square Garden, New York, Game 3. The Knicks trying to cling to a victory that'll put them back in the series with 30 seconds to go.
If you're Chuck Daly, you're trying desperately to not allow the Knicks to inbound this ball. The Knicks have no timeouts and no 20. Now, at this end of the floor, I would stay away from Vandeweghe passing the ball into Patrick Ewing, because the double team guy now becomes Dennis Rodman, and that forced a turnover in the last possession. If I'm the Knicks, I want to move, I want to run as much time, try to keep Detroit out of a situation of fouling me and stopping the clock.
30 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. 24 seconds on the clock. And a quick foul on Ewing will send him to the line. And he has been successful from the free throw line today, and he's gone there a lot. 15 of 16. Coming up next, most of you will see the Lakers in Phoenix, Game 3 of their 1-1 best of 7. Some of you will catch Portland and San Antonio. That's Game 4 in that series.
All right, now remember, in this situation, Detroit has 3 timeouts remaining. Right now, the spread is 5. If Ewing hits this at 6, you know, you're still within striking distance because you have an excellent defensive team. I think they would call timeout and move the ball a half court.
Patrick Ewing has snapped his playoff career high of 44. Set in Game 4 against Boston. He has 45 points, and Detroit does indeed call a timeout. They got 2 left. 28.6 seconds remain, and it's a 6-point Knick lead.
Now, it's strategy right now. If you're Detroit, you're looking at the situation and saying, okay, do we want to go for a quick 2? If we go for a quick 2, it's a 4-point difference, and then we need some major turnovers in order to get some another 2 possessions. Gerald Henderson is an excellent 3-point shooter, so we know the strategy is going to be for 3s.
How are they going to defend this?
Now, if you're in New York, you know that you have no timeouts. One thing you do not want to do is foul, because you do not want to stop the clock and put them on the foul line. Now, any time that they run picks for people for a three-point shot, you should switch. Do not allow anybody, and don't worry about mismatches. Mismatches cannot win it for them right now. So they are going to think three-point shooting. Keep them outside the three-point line.
Gerald Henderson, well-traveled. He's played in big games before with the Boston Celtics. He was a former Knick, for that matter.
He's one of the better, when he was getting major minutes with a lot of ball clubs. He's an excellent three-point shooter. Now, who else is in here? Mark Aguirre from out of bounds is always dangerous. At Dallas, they used to run him, throw it in, get it right back to him for a long three. So Oakley cannot go to sleep.
They have 5 three-point shooting threats out there right now, Detroit. Don't forget they've got all 24 seconds on the clock. Thomas will go in. Blocked by Ewing. Tucker to Cheeks. Took a chance there, but he got all ball. And a foul on Vandaway. With all else he's done today, the big defensive play on the block on Thomas.
See, Isaiah right there did not have the three, so he challenged for the quick two. But Ewing says, Zeke, no layup time, no gimmies here. We're going for the shot block. See, teams say, I'll go for a quick two because we believe our defense is so good. You have no timeouts left. We'll full court press you, and we'll steal the ball. We'll force you into a turnover. But when you do that, Dick, and down 4, you need 2 possessions.
And if you're Detroit, you can take that attempt at gamble sometimes.
Now, look, we all know the miracle. Shoot the 3 and get fouled for 4. Okay, we know that's there.
111-103. Thomas misses. Aguirre misses. Knicks have it, and they're going to win the game. And the Pistons' 12-game playoff winning streak comes to an end here in New York. 111-103, and right now, here's Tim Brandt.
All right, Dick, Patrick, you told us yesterday you'd be ready for this one. After 2 games that weren't up, you come back with your playoff career high.
Yeah, it feels good, you know. Like I told you yesterday, I knew what I had to do. I had to come out and score, block shots and rebound. That's what we did.
You wanted to get it down to a 3-game series. You're halfway there. You need that win tomorrow.
Oh, we feel confident. We're just going to go out and execute the way we did tonight.
All right, Patrick, good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dick?
All right, and our Miller Lite player of the game. What a magnificent showing by Patrick Ewing with those numbers, including the big block. And on his behalf, Miller Lite will donate $1,000 to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. So for Hubie Brown and Tim Brandt, this is Dick Stockton saying so long from Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks now trail Detroit 2-1. The Pistons suffer their first playoff loss of the year. Stay tuned for the second half of today's NBA playoff doubleheader. Most of you will see Game 3 between the Lakers and Suns. Others will watch the Trailblazers take on the Spurs. That's the most points the Pistons have given up in 41